Hey everyone, it is Jenna with the Damnation Vault, and I am here today with Black Mirrors with Marcella and Pierre.
Hi.
How are you today?
Perfectly good. Thank you. Glad
Very
Good.
good,
to
yeah.
be part of the interview.
Yeah, but the new album, which Tomorrow Will Be Without Us, releases on November 4th through Napalm Records. It sounds absolutely amazing and mind-blowing, I have to say. Um,
Thank you so much.
But how do you feel the title of the album really represents the soul of what the entire album is all about?
Um,
Um,
let's go for
yeah,
it.
yeah. You want to answer,
No, no,
Chef?
go. I said go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, basically, we wrote songs during the lockdown, and actually, we didn't want to talk about COVID and the sanitary situations and stuff, So I was more into like, how did we get there, like what was the first point, like how did we get there? So basically, we started actually with my lyrics. I started to think about a reflection about the way we live in this on this planet, and how we want to to control everything, especially during the COVID time, and also how we destroy everything, So basically, it was a bit the starting point, and also lyrically wise. And so that's why we thought maybe it's good to just call our album "Tomorrow Will Be Without Us," because for sure tomorrow will be without us because of what we are part of, like, and it's happening right now. We are part of the sixth massive extinction, so I mean, we believe so.
Okay. Yeah. And it like you open the album with Snake Oil, and what is it about that song that made you want to put that one at the very first track?
It was quite a long discussion actually, because it's kind of a. It's maybe the longest song of the album. I'm not sure, but I think so. And the ending, it's kind of an apocalypse. The end of the song is like this big mess, this big rock and roll mess. Which was actually improvised in the studio. Actually, the song was
Mhm.
used to end up sooner than that, but I felt like I was like, okay, we missed something at the end, and we just start to improvise, to jam together, and we found this end, and we were like, okay, this is kind of a good statement for the album. It was like, okay, we just wanna hit people in the face, like right from the start. And yeah, we talk a lot about it, but at the end, it seemed very obvious to us that this song had to be the first one, like the opener of the album.
Okay. Yeah, and then the second track is Lost in Desert, which you released a music video for like
Yeah,
a little over a week ago. And that video, you co-produced it, Marcella, or
Yeah.
co-directed it and then produced it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. It was pretty fun and exciting to just think about the whole story and made everything from the very beginning to the end. Like, I did so many stuff for this video, and like going from clothing and like the scenery as well. The big backdrop. I draw it. I painted it, and also the story, and also the ideas with the faceless people and stuff. And actually, it's the first time I do that, and I'm kind of proud of it, if I should. But yeah,
you could, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. The visuals are beautiful.
Thank
What was the main message that you wanted to portray through the visuals about the song itself?
You mean Lost in Desert?
Yes.
Actually, Lost in Desert is about going somewhere else, you know, when you feel you don't belong anymore where you are, you know. And so you just going to back to your roots and what you truly are. And so you go to the desert, somewhere it's vast, somewhere it's quiet, and you know, like there's nothing there, you know. And you know, with the video, I try to 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 use the faceless people as the people you see in the streets, but they look so weird to you because you don't you don't like where you are, you know. And so, you know, it's like a bit like the usually I quote the Doors songs, the Doors song, like people are strange, you know. It's like people are strange when you're a stranger, faces look ugly when you're alone, you know. and, and it was a bit like yeah, I kind of took this influence, you know. And so yeah, basically it was having this faceless people that looks weird, you know. And but you're going back to something you, what you truly are. I'm sorry. My sister is coming, I think. But I'm so sorry. You know.
Oh no, it's all good.
Wait a sec. Yeah, merci. Yeah, so sorry. All right. Okay. See you. Okay. So yeah, what was I was saying? So yeah, the thing is, like, you're going back to the desert and something like the nature side, you know, and to feel better and for introspection. And that's what I wanted to show in this video.
Okay. And Pierre, what are your thoughts about the video as a whole as well?
I
And
mean,
how it captured the song's vibes?
I was kind of super impressed, you know, because we live together, and like for, I don't know, every day for maybe a month, maybe more, maybe a bit less, but something like that. Marcella was doing like a lot of stuff, you know. She was like, she basically took care of everything except shooting, you know. But no, but I mean, it's true. And apart from that, I was like super, at that moment I was like working as well as a guitar teacher, because it was basically the end of the year. So we have like this kind of last show of the year with the students, you know, when they show to their parents and to their friends and to the family, like, okay, this is what we did this year. And I was very busy with that, so I was not at home that much, you know. And I was not able to help that much neither. But I mean, what she did was fucking awesome, you know. And especially for me, because basically this song, I wrote it I started to wrote it in the desert in Spain, and then I had another idea in Belgium near a lake. So most of the song, I mean, the state of mind in which I was when I wrote the basic of the song before starting to work to work on the song with Marcella, it was like something, okay, it was just natural to write this song into nature, you know. I was like lonely, alone in nice places, and the way our vision like embraces mine was awesome. I was like, okay, it was like if someone else was kind of thinking or feeling the same kind of emotion than you know, which makes sense because we work since a long time together, and we are also a couple, so it might help, you know, of course. But yeah, I was amazed.
Okay. Yeah, and you also have your first video you released was for the song Hateful Hate, I'll Kill You, which that is quite a powerful title. Yeah, don't
We
want
got
to piss you
censored
off.
on Facebook and Instagram because of this title.
You what?
Yeah, we got censored by Facebook and Instagram because of this title.
Wow. It's
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for
music.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
strange. We received a message like, okay, guys, you should know that your level of reach is below what it's supposed to be, because in one of the things you posted, you use words like who are pushing people for violence or something. I don't remember the exact words from Facebook, but it was something like that, and we were like, okay, what the fuck? It's nothing to do with our title. We're not saying like we want to kill you everything, or we want to people to kill other people. We were like, oh, what the fuck, just listen to the fucking song and maybe you will understand. We were like, oh, come on. But yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the title and what I could make out of the lyrics, like, who doesn't feel like that at some point in their lives? Like with somebody who like turned their back on you or something, Like it's a good way to express those feelings without taking it out in a literal way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the song I wrote it when it was the Black Lives Matter, during that period, and I was like, yeah, so many anger, so many hate, come on, and there's something about also hating our environment as well, and was like, so many hate, why don't we love each other, why don't we respect the environment and stuff, like what's the deal, so yeah, so that's why the first title that came out was Hateful Hate, I'll Kill You, because I'm part of the people that are also angry and sometimes not nice towards other people or something, I'm part of this as well, but yeah, so it's a bit that there's a kind of irony in it, in the
Yeah.
title.
How do you feel the video for it really captures the spirit of the song itself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted to have like a live sequence, then people get to know how we act on stage as well, it's pretty similar as the energy that you can find when you see our shows, you watch our shows, and yeah, so we wanted to have like this live performance, and also the tree bark thing, like the transformation, was like something like being part of our nature, being part of the nature, and so how to be part of the nature if you just turn into this nature, know what I mean? It's like be part of the nature and becoming the nature, and we are still part of nature, but be a yeah, it's transforming into a tree. It's like seeing from another perspective as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the album also, like, it does like hit you in the face. Like there's some really fast, like harsh songs on there, and then you have a couple of really mellow, like kind of, I don't want to say ballads, but really like slow, powerful songs like "Ode to My Unborn Child" and the closing track, "Say It Again." Like, how do you feel those represent the album too, being slower songs?
Mm, it's actually for this album we wrote something maybe like 20 songs, maybe 30 songs, and most of the songs were kind of quiet actually. Like we wrote a lot of quiet songs for this album, and it was like obvious that we didn't want it to release something only with quieter song. We kept some for maybe the next record or the one after maybe the fourth, I don't know. But yeah, it seemed just, yeah, it was quite natural to put these songs in our album, because it's also part of what we are and how we felt during that time, you know, like all the reflection we had at the times. And to us, like, the way we see it, it's just like an album. It's just like a picture of what you are or what you were at a certain moment of your life, you know. It's doesn't matter if it's the best music ever or the worst ever, you know. To us, it's just like a way to express ourselves and to clean ourselves from some bad feelings, or to express some good feelings sometimes, you know. To me, Lost in Desert, it's like a positive song, you know. But yeah, we had a lot of questions, especially with Ode, which is kind of super personal to us. As a couple, but also for Marcella as a woman. Maybe it would be better if you talk a bit more about the lyrics, because you wrote them. But yeah, to summarize, it was just so natural to choose these songs, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
There's-
basic. I'm sorry.
What's that?
No, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Oat, because I think Pierre mentioned it. So yeah, the song was about so with the whole idea of tomorrow will be without us, and also the fact that we have this reflection about our future, you know, as human beings, you know. The idea came up because we were just wondering about having or not a child, and it was pretty tough in a way, because as you can see, I really love kids since my very young age. I'm a very I'm super easy with kids and stuff, you know. I love my niece, my nephews, you know. And the thing is that was like, okay, now the question is, do we want one ourselves? And so yeah, basically I'm still angry about the world, you know, how it's going on and stuff, you know. So it was like, as a mother, you want to raise the kids in a safe environment. You want the best for your kids, you know. And I was like, maybe not in this world, you know. So so we made a decision to not have a child, which was super hard, because you know, in another world I would love to have one, but not in this one, you know. I find it too hard, and it's difficult for me to think about putting a new soul on earth, and as myself, I don't feel good in this world, you know. So I don't want to put that on another soul, you know. So this was super difficult, and the song was kind of a mourning for me, you know, like a way to grieve everything. And the recording process was also not that easy, but good in a way, you know. And yeah, there's a lot of, it's really personal, this song.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful song though. It's like it turned out amazing.
Thank
Like
you.
the melody and your voice is like it gives me chills.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was super hard to record it, you know. I was like of course I cried, you know. And I think you can somehow hear it, like my voice is a bit like shaky, or you know, like trembling, you know. But yeah, I was like, felt so stupid, you know. I was like, with the producer, I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, you know. It was like, no, it's okay, you know. But yeah, this was the part of the process, I guess.
yeah. Well, that's the beauty of music though. You take pain and turn it into something so beautiful for, you know, so many people to enjoy, all of your fans to enjoy, new fans too. So
Exactly.
yeah,
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 I think it was important to share also this opinion and our reflection on that, you know, because I guess we are not the only one to think that, you know.
right, right. Yeah. I know there's like all this stuff going on in the world about it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It is. Exactly. Yeah, totally.
yeah. There your other songs on there, like one features Alon Johan. Am I pronouncing it right?
I think we say Alain Johannes because Alain is from Alain Delon, as he mentioned. Yeah, he told us it was because of his grandmother. She was
Okay.
a huge fan of Alain Delon, the actor, the French actor. So I
Okay.
guess we say Alain. And I think it's Johannes.
Okay, yeah, because it just says Johan on the song title, so
Yeah.
um, but yeah,
Yes.
Collapsology. Like that's another really cool grungy song.
Thank you.
What are some of the messages you wanted to like get out about that song, and why did you choose to feature Alon Johannes or however his name is pronounced?
Yeah.
No, it's not that easy, but he has a strange story because his family is mainly from Europe, from Poland, and then some of them went to France, and then they moved to Chile, and now he live in LA. So he has all this kind of mix that you can find in his name, you know. But to come back to the song, I don't know. It's when we wrote that song, I think during the pre-production process, Marcella already recorded like two different voices, like, but they were like equal, you know. Most of the time when you have like lead vocals and then you have like the backing vocals in the backyards in a way, you know. But here we had this kind of Alice in Chains atmosphere, you know, where the
Yeah,
voice of the lead singer and the guitar player are kind of at the same level. Not on every song, but most of the time. And we're like, okay, Alain is such a great singer, and we really like the tone of his voice. And as he was already producing the album, I mean, we just asked him, and he was like, yeah, just go for it, you know. But actually, he played on a lot of the songs of the album, you know. It's just on that one we will really mention it like very very clearly because he sings, you know. But he played like guitars, keyboards, super strange instrument from everywhere in the world, you know, like what is called a Persian tar on a snake oil. It's kind of a sitar, to make it simple. But yeah, on that song we really wanted to mention it like specifically.
okay. Yeah, and also your album artwork, like that shows another kind of statement. It's like of somebody like being incinerated to be cremated.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the how do you feel that really like symbolizes the album?
Yeah, totally. For us, it's like it's linked to the title of the album. You know, it's the way. It's kind of a way to show like if we continue to live like this, like as a society, we will disappear from Earth. You know, and at the same times, if you can think about it like personally, just as not as society, but as just as human beings like me, Marcella, you know. One day or another it will be the end of us, so we just have to do as much as we can to live a better life, to enjoy it, to share good moments with good people, you know, to start to think about stuff and how we can react, try to change a little bit, and maybe, I don't know, brick after brick we could achieve something better than that, you know. And at the same time, we don't want to sound like a political party or anything. We don't pretend that we are better than anyone in the world, you know. We are part of the problem. We are part of this society, if it still means anything, you know. But we're not saying to the people, man, you suck. I mean, you should start to think, you know. look at us, we are so intelligent and you should act as we do, you know. It's not the case. I mean, we are part of the problem, you know. And yeah, it's also like a kind of a reminder of Rage Against the Machine, you know. It's kind of a way to say thank you to the music of the 90s, because the music of the 90s was, I don't know, somehow it really, I don't know. We love music from the 90s from a very long time, you know, because that period of time was so exciting, and there were so many different good bands, and very different also, like very different genre, you know. If you take, of course you have like, if you think about the early 90s, of course you have the grunge, like the Seattle vibe, like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, of course, but at the same time you also had like the first good Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know, and Rage Against the Machine start to show up at that time, and you also had a band like even Radiohead, you know, and even in pop music, you know, you take singers like Alanis Morissette. I mean, she used to be great, and she still is. It's just that she's not above the radar right now, but she's still great, and all this music was done at the same time, you know. And yeah, for us it was kind of a way to say, it looks a bit violent because of the image in itself, you know, but it was maybe a way to say thank you to all these amazing musicians from the 90s, you know.
Okay, yeah. And I've read in like some of your previous interviews that you both are heavily influenced by Janis Joplin, who
That would be me.
okay.
Yeah, not me.
You know, Pierre doesn't like it that much, but
and
yeah,
the Doors, of course. Like I
yeah,
read that too. And you mentioned
yes,
that.
exactly. Yeah. Well, Janis Joplin. I listened to Janis Joplin when I was pretty young, and yeah, it was I felt completely in love with her, you know, and her voice and the way she put her soul into her song, you know, like she always want me. I always want to cry when I see her perform, you know. It's like, yeah, I think it's kind of like spiritual mother for me, you know, though I don't have the same voice as her, of course, but yeah. And yeah, the Doors, it's since my childhood, because my big sister, she used to listen to the Doors a lot, and I had like a huge poster in front of me in my room, in my bedroom. And I listened to the Doors when I was like something like 9 or 8 even, you know. And I love them since.
Their music, like Jim Morrison, his lyrics and like his voice, everything,
Yeah.
so amazing. Same with Janis. Like, what was it that really, I guess, captivated you about them?
Well, Jim Morrison, it was like the so many things. I love how he writes. I mean, he wrote. And also the fact that he was like an icon for this a generation, you know, like the 60s. And also the fact that um he has, yeah, as you mentioned, the voice, you know. It's like, for me, his voice is like um a father singing me like a lullaby or something, you know. It soothes me, you know. And it's super weird, but yeah. And also the fact that on stage he was like so wild, and you know, there's many to say about him, you know. Like, I mean, he's huge, you know. And also the fact, like, when he said, like, did you have a good world when you died, enough to base the movie on, you know. It's so, you know, like, it's like, as an artist, you're like, are we looking for that, you know, in a way, when you do music or you do a movie or something, you know. Like, as an artist, do you do you look for something that stand in the future, you know, like then people get to talk about you right after you're dead, you know, or many years after you're not part of this world, you know. It's, yeah, I mean, but I can tell you so much about about that, you know, what I like, why I like the Doors and Jim Morrison, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, those are all of my questions. Do you have anything else you want to get out to the world about this album?
Pierre, you want to say something?
Yes, sadly, we were supposed to record it in the US, recording it in the US, you know. We were supposed to go to the desert and to record there in at the Rancho de la Luna, the studio in the desert near Los Angeles, where Queens of the Stone Age recorded most of their albums, you know. But because of, we know what, like a sudden crisis that hit the world, like 2 years ago, we were not able to travel and we had to stay in Belgium to record it. But we really hope to come to the US some days, you know, to record an album and to tour as well, because we know that we have a lot of listeners from the US, but for a band from Europe, it's not always easy to tour there, you know. But yeah, it's something we can't wait to go to America and to hit the roads of the US one day, some days, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, well, whenever you do come, you have to make a stop in Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
North Dakota, yeah.
We will.
Great. Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview and sharing all of your
Thank you.
amazing stories. Like, this album is so, like, it's amazing. Like I said, I've had it on repeat ever since they sent it to me yesterday.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, you two have a wonderful rest of the evening in Belgium.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Have
so
a very
much.
good day. And
Thank
thanks for
you.
inviting us.
Yeah, thank you. I'll link you the interview and everything when I get the article typed out and whatnot.
Cool. That's so
Alright.
great. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Have a good
Take
day.
care.
Bye. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.